If you will allow me, I want to travel back in time 8 days. Game 4. 9 minutes and 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Knicks are down 20. The analytics guys, the sports betting companies, the pundits who watch from far away, they do what they do. They run the numbers. They calculate the odds. They write the Knicks off. They give the Spurs a 99.6% chance of winning the game. A 99.6% chance of tying up the series 2-2, of reclaiming the momentum with the next game in San Antonio. A 99.6% chance of silencing the Garden, of another year of watching and waiting. But there is one thing that the pundits just don't get about this team, that they just don't get about this city. It is in that 0.4% that we go to work. It is in that 0.4% that Jalen Brunson, the same guy that so many said was too small, proves that not only is he good enough, he is the new standard for greatness.
Alright guys, something really crazy is happening in the sports and political world right now. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani just gave an absolutely legendary speech celebrating the New York Knicks for the winning the NBA Finals. Even if you are not a basketball fan, this speech was so full of passion that it is going viral everywhere. But as usual, the MAGA media machine and Fox News are having a total meltdown over it. They are furious because the mayor used this massive sports victory to deliver a clever political message that completely targets the billionaire class. Welcome back to Joshu Reaction. I am Frank John, and if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel. And today we are breaking down this massive culture war in New York. Let's get into it.
Will become the first NBA champion to visit Trump at the White House. Does that set up a little bit of political rivalry? Because Mamdani is going to give the Knicks the keys to the city, and President Trump is going to entertain them at the White House. Both of them want to be in on the Knicks.
So, what made this speech so powerful? Mayor Mamdani talked about Game 4 of the finals, where the Knicks were down by 20 points with just over 9 minutes left. All the sports pundits, data analysts, and betting companies ran the numbers and gave the opposing team, the San Antonio Spurs, a 99.6% chance of winning. But the mayor said that New Yorkers always thrive in that tiny 0.4% chance of success. He praised players like Jalen Brunson for proving the critics wrong and staying loyal to the city. He used this basketball comeback as a metaphor for everyday working class New Yorkers who consistently fight against impossible odds just to survive and pay their rent. Immediately after the speech went viral, conservative influences and MAGA networks started losing their minds. High-profile figures like Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports publicly attacked the mayor, calling him a professional actor who was just hogging the spotlight and reading someone else's script. But independent political analysts are pointing out the hypocrisy here. When Donald Trump tried to hijack the Knicks' energy by showing up at Madison Square Garden and disrupting the team's momentum right before a major game, none of these MAGA influencers complained. They just cannot stand that a democratic socialist mayor is getting so much love from the city. The drama gets even better because Fox News is now having a massive freak out over an upcoming political problem. They are incredibly worried that the Knicks players might completely spun Donald Trump by refusing to visit the White House for the traditional championship celebration. Fox News hosts are desperately trying to argue that Trump is a longer-lasting Knicks fan than the current mayor, pointing out that Trump has been sitting in celebrity row since 1984. But critics are laughing at this narrative because Trump publicly abandoned New York City years ago to move to Mar-a-Lago, Florida, and has spent years taking cheap shots at major American cities. Look, at the end of the day, sports victories belong to the players and the fans, not to politicians who just pop in to steal the spotlight. Trump's obsession with staying culturally relevant is backfiring because everyday people care more about real solutions for housing and inflation than who sits in the front row of our basketball game. But I want to know your thoughts on this whole controversy. Was the New York mayor right to use the Knicks victory to talk about working class struggles, or do you think the MAGA media has a point? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments below. Stay grounded and always stand for the truth. I am Frank John. We are Christian and in God we trust. God bless America. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Talk soon. Bye bye.